Hey everyone, my name is Kia and I'm a medical student here at UBC. If you're watching this video, you're probably studying for the MCAT. And if you are anyone like me, you probably grown up taking notes for every class, for every test, for everything that you've seen. And honestly, when I started studying for the MCAT, I was like, I'm gonna take notes, and that's for sure. But as soon as I opened the first chapter of the Kaplan book, I was like, how the heck am I supposed to take notes on all these things? The problem with taking notes traditionally in the MCAT is that MCAT is not a test like a biology or a psychology test. MCAT has thousands of pages of notes that there is no way you can take notes on all of those information. And so many people might actually suggest that don't even take notes. That's a waste of time. Like here on YouTube, you might see a lot of videos suggesting that you shouldn't waste time on note taking. But again, for me, the question was always that I've been always taking notes. That's the way I study. That's the way I learn. How can I possibly study MCAT without taking notes? And honestly, taking notes was what helped me to get 130 plus in my sections. So the key here is not whether you should or should not take notes, but is how you should take notes. In the first phase of my studies for the MCAT, which was the content review, instead of using a pen and a paper and taking notes on every detail I could see in the textbook, I actually got the PDF version of the Kaplan books. With the PDF version, what I could do is I go through the passages, I go through the text, and just copy paste the materials that I could see into my Google Doc. So if there was any material that I knew I might forget or I'm not understanding well, I would just copy and paste that into my Google Doc. This also helped me to see diagrams in the textbook and screenshot, crop them, and again, copy paste into the doc. No wasting time, no taking so much time in writing, but only just copy and paste, copy and paste. This also allows me to go online and search for better diagrams. If I can find a better diagram compared to the one that the textbook has, I might just screenshot that and put into my notes. So I have a comprehensive notes of the things that I wish to learn and things that are making sense to me myself. One huge benefit of using such a system is that many times when I was reviewing the content, I would come across some parts that I either didn't understand or I was just too tired at the time of my studies that I couldn't comprehend possibly what the text is saying. So instead of focusing for so long and sitting down trying to understand everything, I could just copy paste them into my Google Doc and mark them as something that I will come back later and review them again. This really helped me keep my momentum and save so much time when I was studying all the materials I had to study for the content review phase. Also, one tip that I have for you when you're reviewing these notes is that you can easily color code them. For example, I use red to highlight something that I know I have to put more time on it and I'm not still understanding. Then I could highlight yellow for things that I need to go back and review and things that I could just easily understand and I knew I shouldn't take too much time going back and rereading them. I would just highlight them green. You can possibly find ways to personalize your notes and make it easier for your next time when you are coming back to review your notes. The next phase, when I started practicing and actually doing practice questions, I started by creating a mistake log. So every mistake, every question that I got wrong, or perhaps I got right, but I just chose it randomly, I could make a list of the question, what did I answer wrong in the question, what topic did it belong to, and how could I possibly improve. Also, in many of those questions, I would have come across something new, a new concept I've never seen in my content review, and it's totally normal. So then I would go read about that topic, that content, and add the same thing to my notes. I know creating a mistake log needs so much effort, and it's not as easy to do, but honestly, it helps you a lot to understand a pattern of your mistakes. For example, is it that you are missing the questions that are saying which one is not the correct answer, or perhaps some other questions? Especially for the cars section, this is really crucial to have an idea of what are the types of the questions that you are getting wrong. With all that said, taking notes is useless unless you actually go back and review them. I myself had my Sundays off. I didn't work and also I didn't study much for the MCAT. I perhaps only did 3 passages of cards on Sundays. So I really dedicated 2 hours or 1 hour and 30 minutes to just sit down, go through my notes, and try to rewrite my notes. Not really rewrite them, but actually delete some parts, highlight some parts, and just make it easier for the next time when I'm coming back and wanting to review all the notes. Also, when going through my pages of notes, I try to condense them all into 5 pages. In these 5 pages, I had a lot of things like names of biologists, concept in psychology, and things that I had to purely memorize. I had these for the last 2 weeks before my MCAT, and guess what? So many of the same thing I had in my 5 pages actually showed up on my MCAT exam. So imagine only not having these 5 pages, not having these things for me to memorize in the last days, then I would have gotten so many questions wrong. So what I learned is taking notes doesn't have to be slow and painful. It can improve your speed in reading the content review, and it can help you condense your thoughts and have a list of things you have to memorize and relearn perhaps before your exam. Everyone learns differently, but if you are a note taker like me and that's the way you learn, I highly suggest shifting your note taking to an online system like a Google Doc so you can save so much time. You'll see how amazing this will work out. Let me know in the comment if you have any methods that have been working for you. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned. I've got a lot of other tips from someone who's been in your shoes, and hopefully I can make the process of getting into medical school way easier.